All right, hey everybody, welcome to Zenfolio Live. I'm Robert with Zenfolio Customer Support, and I want to say thank you for coming and hanging out with us today on the live Q&A. I can see a lot of you guys already saying hi in the chat, so let me go say hi to everybody really quick. We've got Will from Manchester, UK. Glad to have you hanging out with us, Will. We've got Graham back with us. Always nice to have Graham hanging out with us. We've got, I'm going to try to say this right. I'm probably going to get it wrong, but we've got Selenen photography from North Wales. That's pretty cool. I don't think we've had anybody from North Wales yet hanging out with us, so that's cool to have you here hanging out with us today. As you guys can see today, we're talking about some of the new presets that came out. So there's 3 new presets that have came out, and I think I tossed a link to the blog post out in the chat, so make sure you guys check out that blog post so you can kind of check out the new presets. Today what we are going to do is we are going to do a website redesign or makeover using one of these new presets. So I'm going to do this the following 2 weeks. So next week I'm going to do another preset, and then the following week after that I'll do another one. Also, you guys check out the old presets. We have redesigned these to be mobile friendly, to look modern, fresh, and clean. So make sure you check out the old presets as well. Will, I do think that a few of them were depreciated. I don't have that list in front of me yet. I know originally, a long time ago, there were several. I think there was like 25 different presets. And so some of those were depreciated. They were just older looking. They weren't functioning the way we wanted them to, so they were depreciated. I think I'm saying that word right. Depreciated to make way for new modern presets that we're putting out now. So if you guys have questions about your Zenfolio account, anything you want me to go over today, anything you'd like to see, please definitely go ahead and get those questions in the chat so I can make sure that I get them answered. Right now, let's go ahead and jump into doing our website makeover using the Rosenvelt preset. So what I'm going to do is just let me switch this over here, and what we're going to do is to get to customize website from your dashboard. We're just going to hop over here to My Zenfolio and click on customize website. Now you guys can access it through here from your dashboard, but anywhere else in your account, if you want to jump into customize view to customize your website, you can always hover over My Zenfolio and click that little customize website button right there. So let me click on that really quick. That's going to open us up into customize view, and then we are going to change this up using one of the new presets. So right now this site is using the Circ preset. So what we're going to do is, let me get myself here out of the way really quick. Sometimes my head takes up too much of the screen. Then we're going to click on this site preset right here, and you're going to see some newer presets in here. So let's find that Rosenvelt one, and we'll use that one today. Now, the one thing you guys should keep in mind is anytime you use these presets, it doesn't just change your homepage. So this actually changes your galleries, your built-in pages, your custom pages. It doesn't change the content of the custom page, but it's going to change the way that custom page looks. So the preset goes over your entire website. So here's that Rosenvelt one right here. And if you want to take a look at these and see how these look and be able to see the gallery pages and things like that before you actually apply it to your website, what you can do is you can click this view sample right here, and what that will do is that will actually open up a new tab and let you preview what this preset looks like. So you can see right here, it's got this really cool slider right here. Here's what the menu looks like. Then if you want to take a look at what the galleries look like, you can click on these. And right here, it's going to show you, give you a preview of what the galleries look like. This nice little grid, and then you can click on here to kind of see what the quick shop and all this stuff is going to look like. Let's go back to the gallery really quick. Let's take a look at the about page. So this is going to be the built-in about page. It didn't have an image here, but you can kind of see what this is going to look like. So really clean, really modern looking. Let's go ahead and apply this to the Black Onyx account and take a look and see how it looks. So I'm just going to come back here and click apply, and it's going to let me know, hey, applying a preset will change all of the page themes and layouts and galleries and groups and galleries will be set to use the defaults for this preset. So if you've gone through and customized the gallery default the way that you wanted and hit save as gallery defaults, do be aware that applying a preset will change those defaults to be the to be the preset's defaults. So I'm going to go ahead and click continue. We're going to apply that really quick. And it's a really fast, easy way to give your website an entirely fresh look. So you can see right here already it's changed this right here. It's changed this up. Let me zoom out a little bit here so you guys can see more. And then if I go take a look at my portfolio, you're going to see the galleries have changed the way that the galleries looked before to this preset. Well, this is pretty cool. What if I mostly like it, but maybe there's a few things I don't like? Maybe I don't like the color. Maybe I don't like a couple of the gallery options. Well, all of this is customizable. Presets are a really nice way to change the look of your site with a few simple clicks. But if you're somebody who really likes to customize your website, think of it as just a quick place to start. So you can find something that you mostly like and then kind of change the options from there to get it looking just the way you want. So if I go back to the home page, let's say for instance, maybe I don't really like this white color banner here on the home page and I want to change that. Well, one of the things that I could do is I could go up to themes right here. And there's that Rosenvelt theme right there, but maybe I want to go with a darker color. What I can do is try out one of these themes. So I can say, okay, let's see. Let's try this theme right here because it looks like it's got a bit of a darker color. Then I could apply that to this page, which is my home page, and it's going to change everything. So now that theme has basically made the overlays that were on here transparent, and then we've got this cool slider right here still going on in the background. So I actually kind of like this, except I don't like the way that this disappears into some of the images. So I'm going to go back and go to themes really quick right here, and let's just test out one more theme really quick here. So we can go back to that circ theme and take a look and see what that looks like there. And still, that circ theme again, it's got these overlays are completely transparent. So if you're running into that issue and you're like, it's just not looking the way that I want, the next thing you could do is you could go in and you could customize the theme yourself. So what I'm going to do is just go back really quick, and I'm going to apply the default theme to this, so we can get it back to looking the way it was right when we applied that preset. And then we can customize this in Theme Designer. So let's just say we're not too keen on this bright white overlay right here. Maybe we want to soften it up just a little bit. What you can do is you can open Theme Designer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up Theme Designer in another tab. Now, those of you guys who watch the live stream all the time, you know that I open it up in another tab because Theme Designer can take a little bit of time to open. And so it's nice to have it in another tab. That way you can go back and forth between your Theme Designer tab and just your normal tab where you're doing all your customizing. So what I'm going to do in this new tab is go to Themes, and then I'm going to click Edit Theme right here. This is going to open up Theme Designer while I've still got Customize View opened up on this other theme, making it working in Theme Designer a lot easier because you can just jump back and forth. Alright, so here we are in Theme Designer right here, and I want to change the color of that overlay. So I think what it is we're going to go down here to the, are we on the Style page? We're on the Style page. We want to be on the Home Page tab right here. We're going to go down here really quick and look at these overlays really quick. So I think this is going to be that top overlay where the display name was that was solid white. And I kind of liked that, okay, but it was kind of the menu that I didn't really like. So I'm looking for that homepage menu, and here's that homepage menu right here. That was the one that I kind of wanted to just soften up that background color a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just click on that. Go over on the left under the toolbox and find that background color, and here's that background color right here. And what I can do is I can click on that and soften this up just a little bit down here. So I'm going to soften this up, just make it a little more transparent. So let's go down to about 40% and hit done. And now this part right here is really important, guys. I would try to avoid saving your changes over the default theme. So we're working on that default theme for Rosenvelt right here. What I want to do is, instead of clicking save, is I want to click that Save As button. That way I don't save my changes over the default theme, and I can always go back to it or reference it if I want to. So I'm going to use this Save As button, and then I'm just going to name this theme right here, Sophia's theme, and hit save. Excuse me, guys. And then what that's done is basically created a customized copy of that theme. So now I can pop back over to this tab right here, hit Command R on my keyboard to refresh this tab so that that theme is there. Once this refreshes, we can go up to Themes, and right there is Sophia's theme. I can click on it, hit Apply, and now what I'm looking for is I'm looking for this to be a little bit more softened up, which it is. So now that white is not quite as harsh over the images, and it kind of softened it up a little bit, and that's pretty much what I was going for when I was changing that. So from here, if you're happy with the way things look after you've applied that new preset, made some changes and things like that, all you have to do from this point is click that publish button right here and make these changes live on your actual website. If you're not happy and maybe you don't have enough time yet to finish editing it, you can always leave your changes in Zenfolio and then just hit the back to dashboard button on the bottom left corner down here. Let me get myself out of the way. Down here in the bottom left corner, you can hit this back to dashboard, and if you've made changes but haven't published, it'll ask you if you want to save those changes or if you want to publish your changes. So anyway, guys, that's one of the new themes, the Rosenvelt one. Make sure you guys will give it a try. If you have any questions, anything you want me to go more in depth on, maybe you saw some stuff that you just wanted to know, hey, how do I change that? Definitely let me know in the chat, and I'll make sure to answer that. Speaking of the chat, let me jump over here and say hi to some people here. All right, so let's see. So Will says, if we're using presets that have been removed, is it worth us changing? How do we check if we are on a current template design? So Will, what you would probably do is just go into Customize View. Just go right into Customize View right here. And then you can click that Site Preset button right over here, and you can take a look at these presets and see if there's one of these that looks like your current site. And hopefully it's still in there. If you are using a preset that's been depreciated, one of the things that you guys need to remember is that presets, what these site presets are, is they're really just a combination of layouts and themes. So you can basically recreate any of these presets you want by changing the layout up here and then changing the theme right here. That's what presets are. And then, of course, they have the page defaults that apply to the rest of your site. So that's what a preset is. All right, Nancy says, I want to know how to create a new site but save it until I'm ready to go live. Nancy, so hopefully I just answered that question, but just in case you missed it, let me just show you really quick. So really quick, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to switch presets, and let's just throw this circ preset back on here really quick, Nancy. So I'm just going to throw this circ preset back on here. Hit apply. Now the design of my website has completely changed again, but let's say that I'm not ready to make it go live yet because I want to come back in here and do some really do some fine tuning. So what you're going to do is just hit back to dashboard. Any changes that you make here will stay here and they'll stay saved, and you can come back and work on them later, and they won't go live till you actually publish it up here. So now if I hit this back to dashboard button, it's going to ask me, you've made some changes. Do you want to save the changes and keep working on it later? Do you want to publish the changes? Or do you want to cancel these changes and just go back to the way things were? So hopefully that answers your question there, Nancy. If not, or if you have more questions, definitely please let me know, and I can help you out with that. All right, so what we're going to do is just go right here. Let me just hit continue really quick. Go back to the dashboard, and let me see what other questions here I've got on the chat. Hey, Roxanne is with us. It's good. It's always good to have Roxanne hanging out with us. Oh, we want to send a special shout out to Cheryl. She couldn't be with us today, but we are definitely thinking about you and your family and wish you all the best. And she will be back next week. Today, hanging out with me, I've got the awesome and amazing Kayla hanging out with us doing moderation. So everybody make sure that you're nice to Kayla. Thanks for hanging out with me today, Kayla, and helping out in the chat. Let's see. Chris Photo Art says she loves the transparency feature. That's awesome. Yeah, I think it's a really cool feature, especially when you can change the colors, lower the transparency down a little bit, and really customize it to fit your style and the way that you want. Let's see. Julie Gutierrez says, what about a preset with a homepage you can scroll down and have a glimpse of all the sections of your website? So there's a couple of different things that you can do there. If you're looking at maybe a way to kind of preview maybe the different areas of your galleries or something like that, what you could do is use a grid layout. And there's some presets that use a grid layout. Or if you want to kind of have your about section up there and things like that, you can simply just change your layout. So let me show you that really quick. I think is it Julio? I guess it'd be Julio, right? So let me go up here and hit customize really quick. And we are going to do that. Let me get the chat out of the way really quick here. So I've got a preset applied here. It's the Circ one. It's just a full screen one. Not much scrolling action you can do here. But if you wanted to show a little bit more, you can always change your layout right here. And there's all these different layouts that you can use. So here's the grid one really quick. And you guys can just click on these and change them. They're really easy to change. It's just a simple click and apply. So now the layout's changed a little bit. We can just add a gallery back here really quick. So let me just add a gallery. We'll do this one here. And so now within just a few clicks, you guys, you can see just a few clicks, I've completely changed the look of my homepage here. Now you can scroll down and see more images and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking about. I think probably what you're asking about is one of the layouts that's kind of a directory layout. So let me show you that really quick. If you go up here, you can go down here to like maybe let's see, maybe one of these classic ones where it will kind of show like the all photographs, the featured galleries and things like that if you scroll down. So that is the classic layout. And if you scroll down, it's got the about section, featured galleries and collections, recently added, all photographs and things like that. Now I definitely personally don't recommend having most of this show on your homepage. To me, this is it feels very cluttered, and I really like the modern big images, nice clean homepage look. But if this is something that you are wanting to have on your site, you can definitely just change your layout to have that. And you can also control what's shown here. If you go to options, page elements, you can hide your photo, you can hide your welcome message, your about message, your contact information, all of this stuff. You can hide all of that stuff within this layout if that's the type of thing that you're looking for. If not, definitely let me know. Feel free to clarify in the chat, and I will do my best to make sure that I get that information out to you. Also, Will, to answer your question, a little bit more information on your question about if you're using a site preset that was depreciated. If you're using a site preset that's depreciated and you switch from it and you want to go back to it, definitely reach out to support and we can definitely help you out with that. And if you're not sure how to get in contact with us, you can go to zenfolio.com/contact and we can definitely help you get that preset back if it was one of the ones that was depreciated. All right, let me change my site preset back really quick here. So let me just go to site preset, and I'm just going to throw this one back on for now and let that apply. And then I'm going to jump back to the dashboard here and catch up with you guys in the chat. So give me 1 second here, get myself out of the way, go back to the dashboard. And let's see what you guys got going on here in the chat. All right. So Roxanne says, is there a layout that allows for full page viewing of images for clients? Let me make sure I didn't mix one first. If not important, what's the best way to make our website readable while protected? Okay, so I need to scroll back up. So hold on a second here, guys. Let's see. Okay, the preset with the homepage, got that. Then says, can we drop an SEO question? Absolutely. What's Zenfolio's thoughts about text on a landing page and SEO? So my thoughts on text on your landing page and SEO is that you don't want to clutter your homepage up with a bunch of repeated keywords, but you do want to strategically place some text on there that have your keywords in it. But you need to remember, the big thing that search engines are looking for right now in Google is they want to provide their people that are using their search engines with the best experience. So they're reading the information that's on there and looking for content that's actually visible to people who view your site and that actually makes sense. So if you've got a block of text that just says Raleigh wedding photographer over and over again 100 times, Google is going to actually penalize you for that. You want to make sure that it's in text form, that it's in sentence form, that it makes sense if an actual person would read it, but you do want to strategically drop some keywords in there. There's some other places as well besides the homepage that you can add information. I will hit those really quick since we want to talk about SEO for a second. If you go to setting and you go to website, there's actually a section right here called search engine optimization, and if you click on that, there is the homepage title and the website description. These are some places that are really beneficial to your SEO, so please make sure to put in a little bit of time and effort and putting some information in here. You don't want to just throw your business name in here and then say I take photos of people or something like that. You know, in both of these you really want to include the type of photography that you do, try to include the locations that you work out of, and things like that. That section is really important. Also, the website description and homepage title, both of these are what show up when people do website searches. So if I go to Google really quick and I look up portrait photographer, if I do a search on Google like that really quick, what I'm seeing here is website titles and website descriptions right here. So again, this is the website title. This is the information that was entered right here in this section. And this is the website description right here. And that's the information that's right here. So those two fields are very important. Make sure you guys take some time and put in some information there so that it's beneficial to you and your website. Now back to your question about SEO on the homepage. Let me hover over that really quick and go to customize website. You've got the welcome message that you can set to show, and that's a good place to drop some text with some keywords, some strategically placed keywords in there. So if I go to options right here, page elements, sometimes some of the layouts don't allow the welcome message, but most of them do. You can set that to show. And then on the welcome message tab right here, this is where you can enter that information. Hit apply, and that is going to be really beneficial for your SEO as well. And you can always customize the font. You can customize that overlay as well. And then keep in mind that different layouts and different presets have this in a different position on your homepage. So it might not be smack dab in the middle, depending on what layout that you're using. All right, let me go back to my dashboard really quick and catch up with you guys in the chat here. All right, so Homephone says emoticon Kayla is back. Absolutely, yeah, that's funny. Let's see. So I'm gonna try to say it right. I'm probably gonna say it wrong. It says if it's not important, what's the best way to make our websites readable while we're protecting privacy? So hopefully that stuff that I just pointed out kind of gives you an idea of some things that you can do that makes your website readable and found and helps your SEO. The other thing to do, and one of the things that we fall into, one of the habits that we fall into as photographers, is that we almost, at least I know I do, we almost always automatically assume that our clients want their galleries password protected. And I'm not going to say that in most cases that's not true, because it could be depending on the type of work that you do. However, the one thing that you should keep in mind is when it comes to client galleries, I've been trying to get in the habit of asking my clients, hey, do you want your gallery protected with the password, or is it okay if it's a public gallery? You know, and then if they have questions, I'll explain the difference of it. And I would say 9 times out of 10 for the type of work that I do, which is just like typical portraits and things like that, most of my clients are like, I don't care, just leave it public. The benefit to that is it's really easy for them to share with their friends and family. Nobody forgets the password or anything like that. The really big benefit to that for you is now you've got a page of your site that has your images on it that's public, that's going to be indexed by search engines. So now what you should do with that is you should go into that gallery and make sure that you're keywording it, putting captions in and things like that, beefing up that SEO so that it improves your search rankings. So if I go to this Smith gallery, for instance, right here, let's say I talk to them and they're like, yeah, that's fine, make it public. You know, we want to send our friends and family there anyway. So that means that to me, that's like, yeah, use our gallery, let it show up on search engines. And then, like I said, you can go in and add captions and all kinds of information that's going to be good for your SEO. Starting at the gallery level, you can go to gallery details right here. You can be strategic with this title. Anywhere you can add text, you want to be strategic with it, not just put Smith. You put Smith engagement photos in Raleigh, North Carolina. So anywhere that you can put that kind of information that's going to come up as keywords when people are doing searches, take advantage of that and put in those keywords. Same thing with the caption here. Maybe you want to put the specific location where you shot this. You know, I just did this recent engagement session at Yates Mill Park, or whatever information you want to put in there. And then keywords, you can put keywords in here: engagement photos, engagement photographer, Raleigh engagement photos. You know, the list goes on and on of what you can add in here. And then for the category, you know, make sure that you're selecting categories. This is going to help you as well. And then after you've done this at the gallery level and saved it, you can still do this at the image level as well. Now, one of the things that I would recommend at the image level is, rather than keywording all of the photos the same, try to mix it up a little bit and give Google some variety. So let's say I want to keyword this photo and this photo and this photo and maybe this photo. I want to give those the same keywords and same caption and same details. I can select those like that. I was holding Command and just clicking on them. If you're on a PC, it's Control, and then come over to Photo Details right here, and you can add titles, captions, the alt attribute right there. That's important as well. Keywords, category. You know, do that to all of your public galleries, because this is all information that's going to be indexed by search engines and help your site rank higher. All right, let me get back to my dashboard really quick. Anyway, I hope that gives you guys some ideas of some things that you can do with SEO. If you have more questions, anything about that you want me to go back over, if I went over it too fast, definitely let me know in the chat, and I'll make sure to go back over that and talk a little bit more about it. All right, Roxanne says, is there a layout that allows for full page viewing of client images? Roxanne, so absolutely. It sounds like what might be going on is you might have one of the older grid styles on your client galleries. So let me show you what I'm talking about here. So if I go to photos really quick, and then I go down here to, let's just pick this Smith gallery. Where to go? Right here. And we're going to go hover over that and hit customize. That's how you can get directly into a gallery and customize view. If you guys ever need to access a gallery directly in customize view, just click on the gallery, hover over preview and hit customize. So now we're in this gallery here, and as you can see, if I scroll down, I can scroll down and view all of the images all on the same page. If there was more images in this gallery, I could just keep scrolling down and keep scrolling down. Some of the, let me just switch my view here really quick. Some of the gallery layouts, the grid options, some of those actually split up this information, or the gallery images, into separate pages. So if I go to options right here really quick, and I go to grid options, and let's say I choose this grid D right here and hit apply, this grid option can split up the gallery into different pages. So now the grids are a little bit smaller, and you can see right here it says show one, it says one page and show all. So if I make these images a little bit bigger, let me go to thumbnails really quick, and let me just use always large and just apply that and see if that splits it up into two. So now if I go down here, you can see I can see some of the gallery images in the thumbnails, but if I scroll to the bottom, it's obvious that I'm not seeing all of them, and I actually have to switch over to another page right here to see the rest. So if that's the case, Roxanne, what you want to do is you want to change up your gallery defaults to use a different gallery grid, a different grid option. I'm sorry. Actually, there's two ways you can do this. The first way that you can do it is, if you like this grid option, what you can do is go to options right here, go to page elements, and then look for a thing that's called pagination. I think it's down, where is it at? Right here. Right here. If you set that to hide, that's going to change that client gallery to show all of the thumbnails on one single page. So you can see here. I'm not a huge fan of this grid style. I'm a big fan of the dynamic grids of A or B. So for me, I'm going to go with probably grid A. So I'm going to go to options, grid options right here, and I'm going to go with grid A. And the difference between grid A and grid B is that grid A is going to give priority to your portrait-orientated images, meaning it's going to make them larger, versus grid B is going to give priority to the landscape-orientated images and make them larger. So with this being a portrait gallery, I'm going to go with grid A and hit apply. It's going to put everything together in a nice collage-style grid, and it's all going to be on the same page. And you don't have to worry about that pagination option. It's all going to be right there on the same page. So hopefully, Roxanne, that gives you a little bit of an answer to your question about changing the pages to be all on one page for clients. After you get this particular gallery set up the way you want, what I would recommend do is click this orange Save as Default button right here, click Apply, and then as long as your other galleries are using the default settings, they're all going to take that on and be on that nice scrolling page right there. All right, let me get back to my dashboard really quick. And let me see here. Will says, I've recently started running reports on my site and it's coming out pretty favorable. However, it appears that the social media icons at the homepage are causing issues. At the top of the homepage are causing issues. Is that fixable? So first, Will, to address that question, I would probably, oh, here you go. He says, for example, the images served from Zenfolio.net should be combined into as few images as possible using the CS sprites. Thank you for your answer on the template. All right, Will, that's probably going to be a question that would be better suited if you shot me an email, because I'm actually going to probably want to go in and take a look at that and see exactly what you're talking about and see those issues. So if you can, Will, just shoot me an email. Just go to zenfolio.com/contact. You can put attention Robert in the subject line. Let me know your account and give me a pretty good detail of what's going on and what you would expect to see, and I would be more than happy to go over that, take a look at it, and then correspond with you and see if we can't figure out exactly what's going on with that issue. Unfortunately, it's going to be hard for me to kind of have an idea right now without actually looking at your account. All right, let me go down here in the chat here. So let's see here. Leo says, thank you, Robert. I will try that last preset you showed and see if I like what I can do with it. Basically, I just want my visitors to click the least possible on my website. The reason I was asking is because I much prefer big images, but I felt I needed the welcome message on. I'm not made keywording though. All right, well, hopefully that kind of showed you how you could have that big image on your site but still have some information on there. Again, you can definitely try different layouts, and the welcome message is going to be in different positions and things like that. All right, John McCormick says, if you display your featured galleries on the homepage, that includes titles, does that help SEO for those keywords that are in the gallery titles? That's a good question, John. Without actually testing that out and looking at the report, I'm not going to be able to give you a for sure answer, but my guess off the top of my head, John, is that any text on your homepage, including gallery titles and things like that, is going to be beneficial for your SEO. All right. Will says, I use big images, but I use the welcome message, but minimally, just to tell people to text for date, availability, etc. Thanks for the info. Roxanne says, I would prefer a full page view per image. I like large images per viewing. Maybe I'm explaining it wrong. Okay. Roxanne, so you wanting to know if they can view full screen per image. Okay, so yeah, absolutely. What you can do is you can set that gallery up to do that. So what I'm going to do is hover over preview really quick and click customize. And let me show you how to set that up. So basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to just change your layout here. So what you're going to want to do is go to layout, and you can actually set this up to load right into the quick shop page. So it's going to be like this right here. So if I, for instance, this gallery has a price list on it, so it's going to load to this quick shop page right here. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to want to turn off the thumbnail page so that when the clients go to their gallery, it loads right to that quick shop page. So I'm going to go to options. Let me make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see it better. I'm going to go to options, and then I'm going to uncheck use default right here. Go to the thumbnails page, uncheck the enable thumbnails page right here, and then just hit apply. All right. The next thing I'm going to do right here, so now what we've done is basically we've set this gallery up so when somebody clicks on the gallery, they're actually loaded into this quick shop section right here. And if they hover over the image, this little thumbnails right here at the bottom will show up, and they can click and scroll between images just like this right here. We're looking at the last image right now. We can go back and forth like this. And now if you want to clean this up a little bit and make it a little bit more full screen just about the image, there's a couple of things you can do. You can go to options, go to your quick shop setting right here, and you can say, okay, by default, let's hide the sidebar, which is this right here. Let's go ahead and clean up some of the icons. So if you're not using favorites, you can hide that. You can hide the comments. You can hide the sharing option. You can hide the download icon. You can also hide the title, the caption, all of this stuff right here, and apply. And so now it's going to be a much cleaner, not all the way full screen per image, but pretty close. So now whenever a client views their gallery the way I just set it up, this is what they're going to be taken to see. They'll land on the first image here. When they hover over it, they can get these preview images where they can click this way, or they can click right here. And then if they're ready to purchase, then they can click buy right here. The little quick shop side panel slides out, and then they can just click right here to add a product to their cart. So hopefully, Roxanne, that gets you a little bit of what you want, or pretty close to what you're wanting. And then after this, basically, you would just click Save as Default. So for the gallery, this isn't really a gallery template. The site, I think, was using the Circ preset for the whole entire site, if I remember right. Let me see. Yeah, I think it was the Circ preset. But basically what I did, again, was I just turned off the thumbnails page. So you can do that on thumbnails. Go to options up here on the thumbnails page once we get there. Go to options. Uncheck that right there. Then that sends your visitors into Quick Shop. So you go to Gallery Quick Shop, and then just change those options that I just showed there. All right, let me get back to my, and then if that's how you want all of your galleries to look, then what you can do is click that Save as Default button right there. All right, so let's see. Chris says, regarding your answer to Roxanne, what if you don't have pricing on your site? If you don't have pricing on your site, then I believe it's going to load into the photos page. So let me show you that really quick just so you guys see how that works. So if you don't have a price list assigned, let me go back to the price list really quick, or the dashboard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that price list off. So I'm just going to say do not allow print ordering. Save that really quick. And then what I'm going to do is now we're going to hover back over or go back into customize view for that. Now we've got that price list turned off, so now the gallery is going to behave a little bit differently. As you can see, it jumped into the photos page. You can see right up here it says gallery photos page. So that's currently the only way to get to the photos page is if the gallery does not have a price list on it. If you have the thumbnails page turned off, then it's going to send visitors to the photos page. And you can change the layout of this photos page. You can go to layout right here. And this actually does offer a full screen option. So if you click on that full screen right there, you can apply that. And then the images will be full screen, just like this right here. And if they click on them, it's going to go to dim the lights. Or they can click this little icon right down here and bring up the thumbnails and switch between the images that way as well. So it behaves a little bit differently. If it doesn't have a price list on it, it's going to use the gallery photos page instead of the quick shop page. So depending on what option you want, that's how you set that up. So if you guys have any more questions, anything you want me to go back over on that, definitely please let me know. Hopefully that helped. Roxanne said, excellent. This is answering my question. You are very welcome. Great questions, you guys. Great questions. All right, let me jump back to my dashboard really quick here. And I got to get an email question. You guys have been awesome in chat today. I got to grab an email question, though. So let me get to my dashboard here really quick. Let's see. Two related questions together here. So the first one would be, why can I not download multiple files from a gallery via mobile? So you guys might notice you're not able to download multiple files on a mobile from a gallery. The reason is because iOS, so iPhones, things like that, they don't have built-in support for zip files. So if your clients download multiple photos from their gallery, it's going to come to them in the form of a zip file. And so we've disabled that option for mobile phones. That way it doesn't confuse or frustrate your clients because they're downloading this zip file that they then cannot open. And so that's why that's not working there. Hopefully that's something that can be revisited in the future. I don't really have any more information on that, but at the moment, to keep people from being confused and having a hard time and getting frustrated because they're not able to open the zip files on their iPhones and things like that, we've actually disabled that option. The next one says, can you explain how Photo Moments app works? So the Photo Moments app is an app that we developed for your clients that allows an easy way for you to share your clients and download their images on their mobile devices. So let me show you guys how that works and show you guys how to send an invite with a mobile link and then what the client sees and things like that. So first, what you have to do is your clients will need to download the Photo Moments app to their phone. It's going to be in the App Store. They can just go to the App Store, search for Photo Moments and download it and make sure that it's installed. Now the next thing that you'll do is you actually need to send an invite with the mobile app experience link. So if I go here to the Smith Gallery and I click invite right here, there's a little option right here that says include the link for the mobile app experience, and it's right here. When you're sending a gallery invite out to your clients, if you want them to use that app, you'll need to make sure that you check that link. And then after that, you just put their email address in and then hit continue to preview and send it. If you want to test out the app for yourself, you can download the app and you can actually get the link right from Sharing and Client Access. So you can go to Sharing and Client Access right here, and you can get the mobile app link by clicking on Share to Mobile App, and then here's that link right here. You just copy that, open that up on your phone, and if you don't have Photo Moments app installed, it's going to ask you to install it, and then it's going to open it up. But let me show you guys how this works for the clients really quick. So let me get my phone out here. Let me get it opened up, and let me switch over here. All right, so we've invited clients for the mobile experience there. They're going to get an email that looks like this right here on the phone. So you guys can see this email right here. And then if I zoom in here, there's actually a link right here that they need to click. So it says to save photos to your phone, download the free Photo Moments app, and then there's a link right here that they have to click on. So once they click on that link, this screen's going to pop up and it's going to say, do you want to open it in the Photo Moments app? So they're going to click open, and then it's going to say black onyx, and then they actually have to swipe up right here to open this gallery up in the Photo Moments app. So I'm going to swipe up. Here's that gallery. I can click on it here and view the photos. And then depending on what options you have, your clients can download photos from the Photo Moments app. They can view a slideshow if they want. They can also favorite the images if they want, so they can click right here and favorite them. There's a little heart icon right there. It's going to ask them to create an account or log into their account to save favorites. But that's what the Photo Moment app does right there. Now, if you guys want to change the options to the Photo Moments app, if you want to change the options to the Photo Moments app, you need to go edit the settings in Zenfolio. So if you go to Customize Website up here, you can actually go and change the Photo Moment app settings like the color, the downloading options, and things like that. So that's going to be over here on the left underneath Site Settings right here. There's a Photo Moments app tab right here. You can change the color theme, and you can also allow or disable social media sharing right here. And then if you want to prevent them from allowing downloading, then you can check this disable all downloading, and they won't be able to download through that as well. All right, let me go ahead and just apply that. Get back to my dashboard here really quick. and then take some questions here in the chat. You guys are keeping me busy. All right, so let's see here. So Chris says, if I recall, Zenfolio told me in the past that there are negatives to showing a full-size page. So my guess would probably be that in the past, if you were asking about a full-screen flash presentation, it might have been something like that, where you're wanting like a full-screen flash presentation. Personally, for me, Chris, I would try to recommend against using full-screen pages because sometimes people get confused and they think that that's the only photo there and they don't know how to navigate the page correctly. So for me, I'm personally a huge fan of our thumbnail galleries because it lets the client kind of give an overview of all of the images that they want, and then they can click on the image if they want to bring up that larger view and then view them that way. But I find a lot of times when I've tried to use the full screen client gallery thing, a lot of my clients have gotten confused and thought that there was only one image in there. If there was only one image in there and they couldn't figure out how to navigate to the other images. So that's why I personally use thumbnail pages on my site. Other than that, I mean, if your clients don't have a problem with it, there's not really a huge negative to that unless they're just having issues navigating it and things like that. All right, let's see. So the next question I got here says, Graham, he says, a bit off topic, but what ratio should a photo be if sharing from Zenfolio to Facebook? Normal aspect seems to be cut off a bit. Graham, that's a great question. I know you can Google Facebook image sizes and it will give you, because I had to do this the other day and I just can't remember the sizes, but if you Google Facebook image sizes, I know that they've got a page that will walk you through what size or the recommended sizes and aspect ratio for each different image. So they've got one that will show you what your cover photo should be, your profile picture, and then images that are being shown on your images that are going to be shown on your timeline. So if somebody wants to Google that, if I could get Kayla to Google that, maybe get that page up, she could definitely throw that out in the chat for you there, Graham, and that could definitely help you out with that. Let's see. Chris says, with the Photo Moments app, will it show a saved Animoto video of their pictures, and will the Animoto video play the music? So Chris, are you talking about videos that have been uploaded into the gallery? So like you created a slideshow at Animoto and then uploaded it into the gallery. If so, I believe it will play in the Photo Moments app. I'm not 100% sure on if the soundtrack will play or not. I can definitely find out and let you know. If you want to just shoot me an email, just go to zenfolio.com/contact. Put attention, Robert. Just let me know that question that you had, and then as soon as I have an answer on if it will play the soundtrack in the Photo Moments app, I will definitely reach back out to you and let you know for sure. I just don't know off the top of my head right now. All right, guys. Let's see. So before we go any farther, if this is your first time viewing, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. We do weekly live Q&As every Thursday, and then on Wednesdays now I'm going to start releasing video tutorials. So I've got a really cool video tutorial coming out for you guys next Wednesday. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get that. Also, what was I going to say? The thought just went completely out of my head. But if you need to subscribe, if you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you click that little orange Zenfolio icon. It should be floating over here kind of somewhere in that general area. All right, let me get to an email question. Oh, really quick too. The recorded version of this will also be available on our YouTube channel as well. So if I talked about something that you guys remember me talking about and you want to go back and review it, you can always go to our channel and watch the recorded version of this live stream as well, which is another good reason to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And then if you're watching the recorded version of this and you're not able to join us on the live stream, there is 2 links in the description of the video. It's going to be at the very bottom by the time the recording is released, and it's got a place where you can request the video tutorials, but then more importantly, it's got a place where you can send in those email questions for me to answer next week. So make sure you hit up those 2 links down there if you're watching the recorded version of this and you're thinking of something that you want me to answer the following week. Okay, let's see. Let me grab an email question really quick, guys. So let's see here. So my next question says, this is from Mike Stapleton. It says, is it possible to make a landing page designed to capture email addresses before people can enter the website? Is this possible to set up on Zenfolio? So with that, Mike, what I'm going to recommend that you do with that is actually use a custom page, because you can definitely do it. It's just going to take a custom page, and then you can use... it's going to, sorry, I'm reading the chat there. So Mike, what it's going to do is use a custom page, and then you're going to need to use a third party like Jotform or MailChimp to set up that email capture thing. So let me show you really quick. I don't have a good example, but if you guys go to website and go to custom pages right here, you can go right here and you can click create new. And let's say you want to set this up to be your home page because you've got that code that you're going to put in there. Maybe you're going to put in a MailChimp pop-up that when people view this page, it pops up and it asks them for their email address and all that stuff before they actually enter the site. So maybe you can say like custom homepage or something like that. And then whenever you get ready, you've got that MailChimp custom code, or maybe it's a Jotform custom code or whatever you're using. You can actually click this source button right here and paste in that custom code right here. So you can paste in an HTML and stuff like that. Now I do want to put out a big disclaimer here. Anytime you guys ever click that source button and you start working with custom code, we are not able to offer technical support to that. While we do offer you a place to use custom code, Zenfolio customer support cannot offer any technical support. If it's not working the way that you think it should be, or if it's causing issues with your site, chances are we're probably just going to say, hey, it's something with that custom code. Sorry, we really wish that we could help you, but unfortunately we can't. You're probably just going to have to remove that custom code. But anyway, Mike, once you get this custom page looking the way you want with that pop-up code to get email addresses or whatever you want to use, all you need to do is save this. So I'm just going to save it really quick. And then you would just need to change your designated Zenfolio homepage. So we can save this. Let me just close this preview. This one's blank, but let me close this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go right up here to settings and go to website. And if you go to homepage right here, you can actually change your Zenfolio homepage from being the default homepage to being one of the custom pages that you built in here. And then that custom homepage, you guys can't see it, but it's right down here. You can select that and then save, and that would set that custom page that you created up to be your home page, to where when people landed on it, it would pop up and use that MailChimp or Jotform pop-up to ask for their email addresses and things like that. So basically you're just going to create a custom home page on a custom page and then set it up here. All right, let me get back to my dashboard. Let me change this up a little bit and hit save here. Get back to my dashboard. I guess we've got about 7 more minutes. So if you guys have any last minute questions, anything that you want me to go back over really quick, definitely please make sure to get that in the chat there so I can answer them. Chris says, thank you. You're welcome, Chris. I hope that was helpful. And if you have any more questions, definitely please let me know. Roxanne says, I sent you a question as you recommended last week, but I forgot to put attention, Robert. I also forgot the question. Should I send a copy to our email, Addie? Yeah, absolutely, Roxanne. If you want to send me a question again, if you forgot to put attention, Robert, definitely you can feel free to send it again and let me know, and I'd be happy to help you with that. Let me pop that email address or that contact page up there again. Just put zenfolio.com/contact. Make sure to put attention, Robert, in there, and then I'll be able to get that question in there. Hopefully whoever got the question was able to answer it for you. We have a really awesome support team, and those guys are great, and I'm sure that they took really good care of you. Okay, so let's see here. Graham says, cheers, Kayla. Roxanne says, nice that these tutorials are viewable after the live broadcast. Absolutely, and if you guys are not familiar with the channel, if you scroll down to the very bottom of your Zenfolio account, if you click the online training center right here, that actually takes you to our YouTube channel here. And there are tons of video tutorials here that you guys can use to help you get started with your Zenfolio account. So if you click on videos right here, you can go through and see all the different video tutorials that we have. You can also click on home. You can see when we have an upcoming live stream. You can click on here to watch video tutorial playlist. There's all kinds of good information here for you. And then if you're wanting to watch a previous live stream, you just scroll down to the very bottom down here, and these are the past live streams showing up down here. But again, that's down in your footer down here. You just go and you click on online training right there. All right, let me see here if I can get one more email question in before we got to go here. So let me see. Let's see. The next question I got says, how can I provide a little blurb of text after somebody contacts me saying thank you, and they can expect a reply in 24 hours? So you guys can do that pretty easy with triggered emails. I'm going to try to get through this and not rush it so you guys can see how this works, because triggered emails are awesome. If you guys are not using them, you should definitely check them out. They will make your lives much, much easier, I promise. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to set up a triggered email that goes off whenever anybody shoots us an email through our contact page. So what I'm going to do is go up to communications right here, click on email communications, and then we are going to go right here to triggered emails, and I'm just going to create a new template really quick. So what I'm going to do is go down here, and actually there's already one right here on the contact page that you can use if you want to edit that one up. But let me see here. We can go right here to email templates to add a custom email right here if we want. So let me just go right here. I think we can do this way. So there are the email templates. We can say new template right here, and I'm just going to call this custom contact reply. Subject line, you can put something simple like, hey, thanks for reaching out. And yes, if you guys are wondering, I usually do talk whenever I type. It's a really bad habit. I'm sure it's super annoying for the people that I'm on the phone with from time to time. All right. Thanks for reaching out. You can put that as a subject line there, and then you can say, thank you for contacting me. I'll be in touch in a few hours. Or whatever you want to put. Obviously, you can make it much nicer, a lot more professional, a lot more information and things like that. But basically, after you have that created, you're going to click Save right there. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go up here to the top, go to Triggered Emails, and then let's see, where is it at right here? Contact Page right here. So there's Contact Page. We're going to hit Edit. And now we're going to say Email Template. We're going to select that Custom Contact Reply. And then we can leave it set to 0 and save enable this. And so now what happens is after we've enabled this, what's going to happen is as soon as somebody uses our contact page, right after they send that message, they're going to get an email back with that message that we just set up. They're going to get an email back with that message that we just set up saying, hey, thanks for contacting me. I'll get in contact with you in a couple of hours or whatever. Now, the really cool thing about triggered emails is you don't have to just leave it at 1. So let's say maybe you want to throw your name back in front of this person who reached out to you maybe a year down the road just to kind of get back in touch with them and see if there's anything that they want or need. What you could do is you could go back to the email templates and you could add another one really quick that says new template, and you could just say something like re-engage. Just checking in. You could put something in here like, hey, you sent me an email a long time ago, and I just wanted to touch bases with you. Obviously, you could put some more information in there like, hey, I just wanted to touch bases with you, see if you've got any events coming up, see if you're getting married, whatever type of work that you're doing, a way to re-engage this person, and you could click Save. So now you've got this re-engagement template created. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go back up here to the top, go back to Triggered Emails, and then go back to that contact and click Edit again, and this time we are going to add another triggered email, and we're going to select that re-engage template that we created right there. But this time we are going to set this one up to be sent out let's say 90 days after that, and save it. So now the way that we have this set up, whenever somebody uses our contact page, immediately after they send that email, they're going to get an email reply back saying, you know, hey, thanks for sending the email. I'll get in touch with you in a few hours. And then 90 days later, they're going to get a re-engagement email that just says, they're going to get a re-engagement email that just says something like, you know, hey, whatever you put in there. So I just put, you know, hey, just checking in, just wanted to see if you've got a wedding coming up, whatever information you want to put in there. But it's a really cool way to automate the engagement and re-engagement of people visiting your site. That's going to save you some time and hopefully get you some more business. All right, guys, unfortunately with that, so one of the things I do want to point out is when you set these up to be scheduled, they cannot be changed. So, hold on, somebody's sending me this message here. No matter what changes you make that year since then, the original email will be sent. Gotcha. Okay, so one of the things to keep in mind is now that I've set this up and when I have that 90 days in there, after somebody initiates that trigger, let's say I have people come to my website and they trigger that re-engagement email. If I go back in here and change it, after those emails are already scheduled to be sent out, there's no way that I can stop it. So that's one thing that you do want to keep in mind, is that once you schedule it and somebody has initiated the trigger, there's no way you can stop it for that person. Now you can prevent it for future contacts by editing it and removing it or changing it or something like that, but anybody who's already initiated the trigger will still receive that email. All right, guys, that's all the time I have for today. So I just want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out. Thanks for all the great questions in the chat. Hopefully you guys can come back and join us next week, same time, same place. And until then, I hope you all have a great and wonderful weekend.